Hello, hello, hello. Here I am again, and this is a very, very short lesson. It's not even a lesson, actually. It's just me showing you the back end of Dubsado so that you can get a proper feel for how it looks, the elements that are in it, and to break down those barriers a bit that it is too overwhelming. So I will just show you briefly. We've got a dashboard here which gives you can set financial goals, but you can switch this section off if you want to, and also you can see any calendar events. So you will link up Dubsado with your online calendar, and then it will be able to see what's in your calendar, and that will allow your clients to book appointments with you for when you are free. You've got a project section. Now, this is what I was talking about in my first video. This is the client folder, and these are split into leads and jobs. You can have your leads and jobs split into whatever category you want. In this case, it's under services, but you can have the categories being the client journey and it moving from one client journey to the next, and then you can have your leads split out as well. So your potential clients will come through as leads. When they've made a payment, they will become a job, and you can move them from a lead to a job within the workflow with not having to do anything, but it just allows you to see how many leads you've got, how many jobs you've got, and where they are in the process. There are lots of reporting features in Dubsado. I mentioned to you in my first video about being able to see your marketing, use your marketing tools within Dubsado by allowing capturing the information from the potential client as to where they found you and starting to build up a pretty picture of where, and in this reporting section, you will see under the project breakdown that you will see that it starts to build up a picture. Obviously, this is my training account, so I've not got many people in here, but it'll start to build a picture of how many people are coming from what type of area, and you can do your marketing accordingly. You've got your invoices, etc., and reports that you can have a look at. This is your calendar. This is what links you are linking a calendar with. You are linking this scheduler with your online calendar, and once you have done so, your whole calendar will appear here. And it's very important to mention that your online calendar needs to be utilized in the best possible way, because then when Dubsado goes and has a look at it and it's offering your client appointments, it's not double booking yourself, because you're putting everything into your online calendar, including hair appointments, dentist, etc., etc. So it's very important to use your online calendar to its max. And you've got also tasks in there, although that's not very well used. You've got utilities where your address book will be housed, and you've also got a time tracker as well. So if you do hourly work, then you can automatically invoice your clients with that hourly work using that time tracker. So the majority of your templates, well, all of your templates, these master templates, are in here. You've got your scheduler to book your appointments, and you can create your appointments however you want to. You can have as many appointments as you want. You can tell Dubsado when you're prepared to take those appointments. So if you don't, for instance, on this one, it's only allowing appointments on a Monday and Tuesday. The parameters are set, but it's your calendar that runs the show. So just to reiterate that. And then in the advanced section, you've got a bit more settings in here. Plus you can create your own confirmation email in the canned emails to go into here. Now, if you don't have an email in this section here, it will go to the default email, which I'll show you where that is. But if you want to personalize it for each call, then you would create a canned email and then select it from in here. And then you've got you can add additional forms. So as I was saying in my first video, if you want to, for instance, send somebody a scheduler with a lead capture form attached, instead of having a lead capture form with a scheduler attached, then you can do that here. So you can pick up whichever the lead capture form is, etc. And then that you will send them the link. This is the links for the scheduler. So you would send them the link for this, and they would book their call, and then they would have the lead capture form to fill out afterwards. And you've also got the facility of adding an invoice to these calls as well if you needed to. Plus you can set up reminders so that they can receive a reminder of the call 24 hours, 48 hours, 1 hour, whatever you want in this section here. So that is your schedulers. And then you have your forms, which is the most used part of this. So these are contracts, sub-agreements. So sub-agreements are if you have a service that requires more than one signature. You can only have one contract per project, so one client folder. So if you need more signatures for, say, photography approvals or something like that, you'd create them as sub-agreements. Questionnaires can be whatever you want them to be, and there's I've got a feedback one here, but you can do forms, questionnaires, upload buttons, links, anything you want to create in questionnaires. The title of this is fairly misleading, so don't be fooled by that. You can also upload PDFs using this little arrow here, which means that you can create a PDF, you can upload it as a master, and then you can send it out to your client. So say it's a welcome PDF that's always the same for everybody, you can do that. You've got your proposals in here, so you can build out your proposals. Your client, you attach your contract, you attach the invoice, and therefore when you're sending out a proposal, it's all in one place. And these are masters. So these ones here are masters. When you add these masters into the client folder, so into the specific client folder, then you can make any adjustments to these, and they will only change for that client, and the masters will stay the same. That's quite an important one. And these are the lead capture forms, and you create your lead capture forms by dragging over the appropriate function key to build these forms. This is just a simple one that I've created. Now, I'm going to just tell you of something that's very important, is that a lead capture form must always have a first name, last name, email address. That is the minimum, because that's what needs to be captured in Dubsado in order for it to create a client folder. And just to also mention that short answers, these ones here, are what you can do for your client mapping. So for instance, this one here is first name, it's mapped to the client first name, so wherever you use client first name, it will always appear as that first name. So that's a smart field that allows you to be more personal in Dubsado. And you can use short answers in anywhere, and there are lots and lots of smart fields that could be created from short answers, so check those out just to make sure that you're not missing a trick. This is what I was talking about with regards to what service are you interested in. You can create a workflow for each type of service depending on what you want them to do, depending on what service they have chosen. So that's a really, really good one here. And also I was talking to you about collecting the information of where they found you, and this is how you do it. And if you want to create another one, you just create a new source, you name it, color it, and then you just add it to the list, and then they will just pick from one of those, building up your marketing in the background. So lead capture forms, and always remember to save and close at the end. We've got canned emails next, which you can create as many canned emails as you want to. What I would suggest is when you're starting out with Dubsado is that you can have a look through them if you want to, but Dubsado give you a load of sample emails that you can use. However, it can be quite confusing if you've got your emails intermittent with all those samples. So I tend to delete them all, and then I've got my blank canvas for my stuff, or my client stuff. And obviously they're all personalized with the first name, but they can be personalized with so many different things in Dubsado. There's lots and lots of smart fields that can be used. And in here, I was talking about earlier about the default appointment confirmed. That's it there. You could use the default if you wanted to use one email for every confirmation, and this would be it. If you want to do one personalized to each call, then you could copy this bit here, because they're the bits you need. These are all the smart fields that are suitable for when a call has been booked. In fact, take it all the way down to this appointment calendar link and copy that information into its own confirmation email, and then you can add that into the scheduler. And then we have, obviously, these canned emails can be used over and over again, and they can be picked up in the client folder as well. So you can just pick up a canned email and just send it to a client, and it's already smart fields, personalized, got everything, all the information in it. So it just makes life a lot easier. Packages are where you create your services. Anything with a price point needs to be in packages. They will then feed into the proposals, and then once they select it, it will tell them how much they owe, and that will populate the invoice. It's all very clever. But yeah, anything with a price point goes in packages. Workflows are the things that people absolutely love. So this is where you build out your workflows. This is an initial workflow that can be done if you just want them to book a call, and you can do that as a default workflow if you want to, or you can do the individual workflows as I've just told you. So this is where you build your workflows. You can set your office hours so that the emails only go out between 8 and 6, whatever you want it to be, or you can leave it blank and it will go out as soon as somebody emails you or makes contact with you. This can be a little bit complicated, but if you build your Dubsado in the right way with the right foundations, then the workflows are a lot easier. And then you've got your payment plans. So this is like really important. So if you have like a 50-50 split, so 50% at the beginning, 50% at the end, you create these payment plans so that it does exactly that. You do not have to remind your clients. This will remind them. So say that you take 50% at the beginning and 50% at the end. The end 50%, you will tell Dubsado when you want that to go out, and you can set up a reminder as well, so that if they don't pay, then they will get a reminder. Now this is all dependent on you using one of the payment processors that can be linked to Dubsado, which is Stripe, Square or PayPal. As long as you are using one of those, then these payment plans can work, because they will be able to access the information of when they've paid. If you do it by bank transfer, then you won't be able to use these payment plans, because they will not remind your clients automatically, because Dubsado will not know when they have paid. So there is a lot to Dubsado, but that is a bit of an overview of the back end. And also the last thing I want to show you is the client folder itself. So this is the client folder, will be in a second. So you will see that everything to do with this client is in here. All their emails, their invoices, which you can do you can do manual invoices, you can do recurring invoices, Obviously, you've got the invoices that are attached to the proposal. You've got forms. All your forms will be in here. Any appointments that have been booked will be in here. Any pending or confirmed. All your workflows are through this section here, and you would select which workflow that you are going to be working with. Remember, this is a test account, so it won't make a lot of sense at the moment. You can set tasks for your clients if you want to and put them in the client portal. Need to speak about the client portal, I'll do that in 1 second. And you've got a notes section, so you can make notes about your client that they will not see, but you can keep notes so that it reminds you, and they're not just on a sticky post-it note somewhere or other. This section here is, you can obviously, this is a date that you can use if you're starting a project on a specific date. So like a wedding is a specific date, or if you've got a photo shoot, then it's a specific date. If you don't need to use this because you don't have specific dates, then you can leave that blank. This again can be changed. So this is the title of the project or client folder. So as long as it means something to you, then that's what you put in there. You can tag your clients as well, so that if you've got different types of industries that you work with, you can tag your clients. And then you've got your project statuses. So this is a lead. You use the workflows to move them from a lead to a job once they've paid. So that makes life a lot simpler. You don't have to do anything, but if you did, you would just click here and you could just change them to be a job. Again, manual is not very manual. And as you can see, it's not changed there, but that's just because I need to refresh the page, which I'm not going to do at the minute because on Zoom it will take forever. This is all your client details in here, and you can add more details in here if you want to. And then this is the client portal. So again, you can do this within the workflow, but if you didn't want to do it within the workflow, you could do it manually. Your clients get access to a client portal that's specific to them, where you can see all the details between you and them with all their documents, etc. It just makes them feel really special. They've only got one place to go, that you can give them a password to it, or if you don't give them a password, their password is their email address. Excuse me. So the client portal is pretty special to a CRM system because there's not many CRMs that have its own client portal. And as you can see here, the referral source has been populated in my test account. So you can see this is from LinkedIn, and then again you go to the reporting section and see for all of your clients where they're all coming from. So this is a bit of an overview of the client folder, and I hope that you'll be able to see that it's really, really easy to see what's going on with each of your clients, where you're at. If you've got any contracts, so this particular contract in this test account, this has been viewed, but it's not been signed. But when it has been signed, it will turn green and they say it was signed. You'd also get an email about it. You've got notifications up here as well. So there's lots and lots of things going on. If I didn't really mention the tags, let me just go back to that. You can tag, not everybody wants tags, but for instance, if you were a wedding photographer and you wanted to tag the different areas that you go to, or you could even tag venues, etc. You can use tags for anything, but it's for you, it's for your reporting purposes, not for your client. Whew. It's a lot to go through, I know. But as I said, when you are building your Dubsado in the right way from the foundations up and not hurrying it to get to the workflows, you will be fine. And I know that you will love it once you start building it, especially making it all branded to you, making it all pretty. Yeah, it's just amazing. And if you need any help or you want to learn how to set up Dubsado in a simple way, then I work on a DIY basis. I've got a DIY course, or I work one-to-one. So the information is all in this platform. But for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed your coffee and your overview of Dubsado and how it can really, really help in your business to take your foot off the gas.